How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the release of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League from one of the more famed development studios of the last couple of decades in Rocksteady. However, this is Rocksteady's first title in nearly 9 years. Now, if you're not familiar, obviously, Rocksteady put out the Batman Arkham trilogy, and this is their first major release since Batman Arkham Knight. A lot to go over. And there's a lot of information and general info that you should know before you drop your $70 or even $100 if you're looking to pick up the top edition. The game does drop February 2nd. It does have the early access gimmick tied into there with the digital deluxe edition. We'll talk all about it and give you guys some general info as well. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. So as the official page notes, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League comes from the creators of Batman Arkham. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a genre-defying third-person action shooter in an open-world metropolis where the ultimate band of misfits must do the impossible, kill the Justice League. It is set within the Batman Arkham universe, set 5 years after the events of Batman Arkham Knight. Join the newly recruited members of Amanda Waller's infamous Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad. You've got a Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark as they set out on an impossible mission to kill the Justice League. Drop into an expansive and dynamic open-world metropolis ravaged by Brainiac's invasion and terrorized by the heroes who once protected it. Each squad member brings their own traversal mechanics to help them navigate a sprawling and battle-torn metropolis, utilizing each of the squad members and their different abilities. Finding out which one works best for your playstyle and just messing around with all of them is definitely going to be one of the more engaging elements of the game, combining free roaming, exploration, and combat vertically for an unforgettable experience. Now, comparatively to Batman Arkham from a combat standpoint, this one really does focus on more over-the-top chaotic gameplay, and you're getting a lot of that. Just when you see the footage, it's a lot of things going on in the screen. While Batman Arkham certainly could have fast-paced, intense combat at times, there was a little bit more of a grounded element to it. With Suicide Squad, no, you're gonna be airborne. There is this element of verticality to it, and it's a lot of chaos embroiled into it as well. I think that could work for the style of game they are going for. Players are free to experiment with a variety of different playstyles to unleash maximum damage on their enemies, whether in single player or, of course, given that this is the Suicide Squad, it is going to feature online play with up to 3 of your friends. Players can take on the suicide mission their way. Now, I do want to note something about the online play. Obviously, to play online, you need online connectivity, and you'll need a PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass Core subscription for online play. It should also be noted for the single-player component. You can play the entire game single-player, you can play the entire game co-op, but for the single-player component as well, at least initially, you will be required to have an online connection as well. This is noted in the official Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League FAQ, where it is asked, is an internet connection required to play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? An internet connection will be required to play Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League or via online co-op at launch. However, an offline story mode will be added post-launch in 2024, giving players the option to experience the main campaign without an internet connection. More details will be provided at a later date. I feel like this is an element of the game that is going a little bit under the radar. It is going to require an internet connection, even if you're playing the game solo offline. Not a big fan of that, not a big fan of a lot of the specific elements they're doing with the game. But nonetheless, we'll go through all of that. But just be mindful of that because, again, I do feel like that's getting lost in the information of this game. Post-launch content, obviously, is going to be a big part of Suicide Squad. Post-launch players can expect a continuously evolving metropolis with free new playable villains, environments, weapons, in-game events, and more, all included with the purchase of the base game. Obviously, they're pointing out and really honing in that these are all going to come free with the purchase of the base game. There will be a battle pass element to the game, and again, we'll talk about that more in a little bit. That is tied to the deluxe edition, and obviously it's going to have various things that you can buy. This is certainly a game that, yes, it's going to get its free updates. It's going to be its standard $70, but they are going to try to monetize it beyond its initial release, so be mindful of that as well. I should also note there is a lot of quality information in the FAQ that does go over some of the general info, but on top of that, some info you should know. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League features playable characters Harley Quinn, the Clown Princess of Crime, Deadshot, the most dangerous marksman alive, Captain Boomerang, Australian assassin extraordinaire, and King Shark, the demigod humanoid shark and rightful ruler of the seas. Additional playable characters will be available post-launch. It looks like the additional characters will be free. That is great to hear. I don't know if they're going to try to monetize some of the characters and some of them will be free. We'll see. I'm sure some of that is still in flux. They go over the voice actors as well. Harley Quinn is voiced by Tara Strong. Deadshot is voiced by Bumper Robinson. Captain Boomerang is voiced by Daniel Lapine. And King Shark is voiced by Nuvolo Joel Sanoa, better known by his ring moniker Samoa Joe. Does Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League feature an original story? As I mentioned, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League does feature an original story set in the DC universe as the squad tries to kill the Justice League, and it features an original narrative-driven experience that picks up the story 5 years after the events of Batman Arkham Knight. Players who are familiar with Batman Arkham series will see some related narrative elements pop up in the game. I imagine most of you guys played the Arkham trilogy. If you haven't, go play it. The games are great. Definitely do jump on that. Can players customize their characters in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Yes, players can customize their characters' look with new cosmetics, gears, and weapons as they progress through the game. You can play solo or with up to 4-player online co-op play. Can players swap between characters in Kill the Justice League? Players may gravitate towards one character, but they can switch characters whenever they want outside of active combat, much like Gotham Knights does it as well. Can players go through the entire game as the same character? Yes, players can go through the entire game as any of the 4 main characters. You can play it fully online or solo, but solo does require an internet connection. Co-op mode can only be played online with an internet connection, and yes, the game supports full cross-platform and cross-progression play for online co-op. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League features an original story set in the DC universe and is not connected to any of the previous films, and the game will be looking to run at 60 frames per second on both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Speaking of post-launch content, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will have regular post-launch seasonal updates earnable at no additional cost through playing the game. Updates will include new story content, playable characters, missions, gears, weapons, cosmetic items, in-game events, and more. As far as Battle Pass, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will have a post-launch cosmetics-only Battle Pass to earn new outfits, emotes, and other items to customize playable characters. A new Battle Pass will be available during each season of post-launch content and will have free tiers available at no cost at all to the player, along with premium tiers that will be available via an optional in-game purchase. All Battle Pass items will be cosmetic and will not affect gameplay in any way. So, there you go as far as the Battle Pass items. I know that's something super specific that people are going to hone in on. Battle Pass seems to be tied to cosmetics only. And as far as in-game purchases, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will have cosmetic items available for optional in-game purchase that can be used to customize playable characters. Each cosmetics-only Battle Pass will also have premium tiers that will be available via an optional in-game purchase. All in-game purchases will be completely optional and will not affect gameplay in any way. Based on them continuously reiterating that, I would imagine all of the characters that they're going to add are going to be free, and they do note as much, where you are going to experience a continuously evolving Metropolis with free, new playable villains, environments, weapons, in-game events, and more, all included with the purchase of the base game. And look, all of that does seemingly come with the base game. Hopefully that is the case, and you'll see an abundance of that post-launch as well. As far as the Endgame gameplay loop, there was a lot of information that was dropped from Rocksteady directly about design philosophy from MP first. The Endgame is about mastery of the game mechanics, traversal environment, mission rules, and most importantly, build. These will all come together for an increasingly difficult challenge where you're gonna have to ramp up your gear, get more powerful gear, and find new synergy and new combinations to defeat the ever-increasing challenges. Builds in this game are designed to change fundamentally how you play the game, and builds are made to be ridiculously overpowered. Hundreds of builds are made available, and there are going to be various endgame missions, and difficulty keeps going up even in the endgame, and these are known as the mastery tiers. Different mastery tiers have a range of effects. You've got mutators, a mechanic that on the fly can change the abilities of enemies. You'll have to collect various resources, and they do note that Season 0 will be themed around Bane. It still is unclear how long the main story is expected to take, but given the fact that this is going to be a significant open world with a lot of optional content and post-game content, the exact amount of time that each one of you spend on the game is going to vary greatly. Some of you guys are just going to play through the main story, be done with it after that. Some of you might go through the game with a different character, do one playthrough as one character entirely, which you can do, then do another playthrough with another character. That was something a lot of people did in Gotham Knights, and then Obviously, with all the post-game content, and on top of that, the seasonal updates, there is going to be a lot of reason to go back. Honestly, it's going to come down to the quality level of the post-launch updates, so we'll see how all of that turns out. Now, I do also have to go over the various editions. There's the standard edition that will be $70, available both digitally and physically on all platform, main game, and all of the post-launch seasonal updates, access to all seasonal free battle pass tiers, 4 classic outfits, and 4 rogue outfits. Then there is the deluxe edition. This will get you 72 hours of early access to the game. The official launch is February 2nd, but they are doing the early access gimmick where if you buy the deluxe edition, you get quote-unquote early access on January the 30th. All of you guys know it's not really early access. They're locking the game for people that dare to spend only $70 at a later period. That's all they do to do this early access shtick. They promote it as early access. It's really not early access. The game is done. It's ready to go. But yeah, if you want to play it on January 30th, be prepared to pay $100. On top of that, you will get all standard edition content and pre-order bonuses, 4 Justice League outfits, 1 for each squad member, 3 Black Mask themed Notorious weapons, 4 squad golds themed weapon dolls, 1 for each squad member, and 1 premium battle pass token. So that is for the premium battle pass tier that will be available each season. So you'll get a token for 1 of those. 4 no shade outfit colors as well. And all pre-orders, standard and deluxe, will receive 4 classic themed Suicide Squad outfits that are going to be available for each squad member. That will be available at launch as well. But that is going to do it for me. Again, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League officially drops on February the 2nd. $70 for the standard edition. Deluxe edition will get you access on January the 30th. That will be $100. Let me know your excitement level. If nothing else, I have been a little bit down on this game, but 9 years since the release of Batman Arkham Knight, it's nice to see Rocksteady, for whatever form they're in, put out a new game. I really hope it delivers because they legitimately put out the greatest superhero video game trilogy of all time. No, there's not a lot of competition, but you could even say that Batman Arkham is one of the best gaming trilogies of all time, and just seeing them come back in some form, that's exciting in its own right, and I hope they deliver something of quality come January 30th, February 2nd, whichever edition you do pick up. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know, are you gonna be picking up Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Are you going to be waiting for a deeper discount? Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.